Welcome back to Unplugged with Buddyred. Let's get into it. Good morning, afternoon, evening, and welcome back to Unplugged with Buddyred. I'm your host, Buddyred, and today we're going to be talking about the new Fortnite update. It seems like, as we always talk about, and a little bit of March Madness stuff that happened over the last week. So this update, they brought back the Deagle. I haven't played any games yet, but I am super excited to get my hands on the Deagle. I love the Deagle. I love the way it was always felt in the past. You can hit some pretty fun clips with it. I mean, it's hitting for 80 some to the body, and then like 160 plus to the head. So it feels good for sure. So looking forward to that. They brought in a banana that gives you like Zeus speed for temporary time. So that's cool. Basically, just getting like the slurp bonuses, and then the Midas update still like have. So I'm pretty sure this was at least I had thought that the Midas update last week was supposed to get the golden mythic, but apparently now you can get the golden mythic and you just buy from them off the yacht. So really nothing changed with that. Nothing crazy though. So we're just gonna skip right over that, and then we're going to talk about the March Madness bracket. So this week started on, I think it was Wednesday, I want to say, with the first four. Wagner beat Howard. Colorado State destroyed Virginia. Virginia didn't even show up. They looked like a high school team. I was really disappointed to see, but it's kind of what everybody expected. They didn't really deserve to be there. Grambling State beat Montana State 88-81, and Colorado beat Boise. And then everybody's brackets was ruined. UConn destroys Stinson, which we kind of. I'm just going to go down the bracket. I'm not going to differ between day one and day two. I had UConn winning that. FAU lost to Northwestern. I'm pretty sure I had FAU winning that. I don't actually have my bracket pulled up. But San Diego State beat UAB, which pretty much everybody predicted. Yale upset Auburn by 2 points. I did have Auburn winning that game, but I didn't have Auburn going past that, so my bracket is not entirely ruined, which is okay. BYU lost to Duke's knee. I wasn't saying that right last time. I wasn't saying it right now. I did have BYU winning that, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So that was a pretty big upset that I know ruined a lot of brackets. Illinois beat Morehead State. Washington beat Drake. And Iowa beat South Dakota. Nothing crazy. UNC beat Wagner. Nothing crazy there. Mississippi State lost to Michigan State by a decent amount. I had my money on Mississippi State, but I don't have Michigan State going all that far. I think I had North Carolina beating Michigan, so North Carolina, Alabama next. St. Mary's lost to Grand Canyon, which I was surprised by. I had St. Mary's winning that one. And Alabama beat Charleston, because I'm pretty sure I had St. Mary's going against UNC and beating them. So that kind of sucks. Clemson beat New Mexico, which I had New Mexico winning that, which that sucks because I didn't think Clemson was much to talk about. But apparently Clemson can pull their head out of their asses, so that sucks. Clemson then goes on to beat Baylor. Baylor beat Colgate. Dayton beat Nevada. I think I had Nevada winning that one. I don't know. I had that one flipped back and forth between brackets. Dayton looked like a good team though, and it was a close win. But Arizona beat Long Beach, and then ended up beating Dayton. So that will be a Clemson Arizona matchup. Over on the other side of the bracket, we had Tennessee beating St. Petersburg, with Tennessee beating St. Petersburg and Texas beating Colorado State. Tennessee fell to beat Texas State, which I'm pretty sure I had all of that correct. So that'll be into Tennessee. Creighton beat Akron. and Oregon beat South Carolina. I'm pretty sure I had South Carolina winning that one, so that was a pretty big upset. Creighton ended up being Oregon anyway, so I had the Creighton-Tennessee matchup correct. Kansas beat Stanford. Gonzaga beat McNessie, and Gonzaga beat Kansas by a good margin, which I predicted, and I think Gonzaga's going to be Purdue. But Purdue actually destroyed Utah State after Utah State beat TCU, and Grambling State got demolished by Purdue, but actually not nearly as much as Purdue fucking stomped on Utah. Their main point, I mean, they played insane against Utah. Utah just didn't have a defense. I think Gonzaga has a good chance of being Purdue though, if they can play on the weaknesses and Purdue doesn't show up as strong as they did last weekend. Marquette beat Western Kentucky, which I predicted, and Colorado actually pulled through and beat Florida by 2 points, 102 to 100, which is kind of insane. But Marquette ended up being Colorado, so my bracket's somewhat safe there. Massive upset where Oakland beat Kentucky, and NC State beat Texas Tech, which I was expecting. NC State looked really good in the the ACC tournament. They're kind of getting slept on, and they destroyed Oakland. That destroyed actually. Oakland showed up pretty hard. They have a fantastic three-point shooter, but NC State was able to pull through, and NC State against Marquette, that's going to be a good, close game. Now, here's a part of the bracket where I get really upset. Duke beat Vermont, which I predicted. James Madison beat Wisconsin, which I predicted. And I was really hoping, I'm pretty sure in all my brackets, except for my hope bracket where I put the one team I want to win further ahead, Duke steamrolled James Madison. Can't even really be that upset. We didn't show up and Duke showed up hard. And it is what it is. We had a fantastic season for our first true full season as D1 for the entire school, so I'm not going to be that upset with that one. Duke beat James Madison 93 to 55, and we're going to go up against Houston, who beat Texas A&M that took a win over Nebraska. It was a slight upset. It's a 9 beating an 8, which isn't really anything crazy. But Houston had to beat Texas A&M by a pretty large, by a lot of scoring late game. Houston scored 100, where Texas A&M scored 95. So I mean they're making baskets, but I think that Duke has a good team this year. As much as Duke played poorly throughout the season, Duke is showing up in this tournament. And if I don't remember his name, but the freshman that was shooting all the threes against James Madison, if he shows up again, granted we were just letting him have open shots the entire time for the most part, but if he shows up again the way that he did on Sunday, yeah, the way that he showed up on Sunday, they might be able to take down Houston. UConn and San Diego State, I think I have UConn winning this, but I would really like to see San Diego State win it. I really think Iowa State could be a Final Four, even a championship team. So I have Iowa State beating Illinois, as long as they can get the points on the boards that they need. North Carolina, Alabama, I think they're both kind of frauds, but they made it further than I predicted because I had St. Mary's making it here and then going to the Final Four or Elite Eight. Sorry. So North Carolina, Alabama, kind of up in the air. North Carolina can get points on the board. Well, so can Alabama. I mean, Alabama had scored 109 points against Charleston. It's really just whoever shows up better that day. And the Clemson, Arizona, I'm pretty sure Arizona just beats Clemson. Arizona's not a bad team by any means. I don't think Clemson really stands a chance against Arizona. So, I mean, we got a ball game though. This is definitely one of the craziest years from what I remember outside of the year that UVA won, 2019. So it's exciting. This is a pretty exciting year. I'm enjoying. I haven't been watching a lot, but I've been following pretty well. It's been fun to watch. Moving back on though to Fortnite. So I kind of jumped around there. I want to talk about some problems I've been having with Fortnite lately. So now they have actually gone back-to-back weeks with updates, which is fantastic. But it's kind of what we expect. At least 2 updates a month from Fortnite, or Epic to Fortnite and stuff like that. But there are still a bunch of issues that are kind of disappointing to see in a game like this. There's still consistent audio issues. On what is today? So last week, I believe last Wednesday, maybe last Thursday, I don't remember. I uploaded a video to YouTube, youtube.com/Buddyred, by the way, that I want to say it was Wednesday. Oops, that's not the right. It was last week. It was okay. Sorry, it was last. No, yeah, it was last Wednesday. I was right. Where I uploaded a video said this audio glitch almost ruined my game, and this game, I'm honestly still kind of surprised I won it. And I mean, I played well. It was a 17, technically 18, or almost 18 eliminate game until the last guy killed himself jumping off from height and dying to fall damage. Either way, 17 elims, fantastic for a solo game. I got this audio glitch from the radio in the car that when you scramble between stations, because I don't know if I caused it because I have my music off or what happened, but I got in the car, tried to turn the radio off completely, and I got stuck in this loop with the scrambled noise. I'm sorry. I got stuck in this audio loop glitch thing where I just got the scrambled noise nonstop, and it was absolutely infuriating. Thankfully, in the video, I was able to edit it, put it together, and put it up because the sound on it, because I have the game sound so much lower than my voice volume, that it's not painstakingly terrible, but it's definitely there. And to deal with that the entire game, that's the volume that I had in my ears. I couldn't hear anything else besides that. It was actually starting to give me like a migraine, and I almost just started quit the game. But I felt good about the game, so I wanted to keep playing to see if I can make a dent. And my lord, dude, it was just awful. I literally had to sit there at one point and probably cut out like 5 minutes of the VOD because I was just sitting there with my headphones off, all my sound muted, and just making sure that my visual audio didn't like pick up anybody like running towards me, because it was that terrible. We just had to sit in silence on stream, just chat and talk to chat, and not even think about the game. And that way, just it was that dude. I don't know if I could put if I could get this across enough without you guys just sitting being there, but it was just so bad. But there's a lot of things like that, like the audio issues that are just consistent. People run up on you. If I'm not paying 1,000% attention, I can't hear the crouch walk, which I'm starting to see a lot of the better players using that to their advantage, because they kind of realize as well that the audio issues exist and how to manipulate the audio issues to where they're not being detected, because the visual audio doesn't detect crouching. But typically, if you're like switching through guns or anything like that, you can kind of pick up on that pretty easily. But even I'm just gonna have moments where visual detection is not picking up, and I can't even hear them running up to me, and then within like probably 20 meters or less, they're on top of me and they laser beam me like maxed out to 0 before I even have time to really react. And because I'm typically a 0 build player, I can't protect myself the correct way. And I don't know if other people really feel this issue the same way that I do, but to me, it's almost making this game unplayable, and it's kind of painstakingly just miserable to play a game. And I feel like audio is such a bad issue in general that like I don't know what there is to do, because even in the other game, like another game, Tarkov, granted, that has a whole another level of audio on top of that Fortnite doesn't have. But there's a really big issue with vertical audio in Tarkov, and I'm kind of thinking that might be part of the issue here as well as Fortnite, where it's just not getting that vertical audio correct, because it never really is like the straight on people. It's like if I'm on a hill, it's typically where I do kind of notice it. When someone's coming up a hill or something like that, and they're shooting up or down on me while moving, but they definitely weren't there before. That's kind of where I'm falling into the problem of not being able to detect them beforehand. Which I don't. So maybe there's just a vertical audio issue in general with just gaming currently. And doing a quick search here, I just typed in vertical audio bugs. First one that comes up is PUBG, Fortnite, Tarkov. So yeah, I just maybe it's just a big thing with any game that has that vertical, because a lot of the games, like say tactical shooters, Valorant, CS:GO, Overwatch, team on team, stuff like that, audio isn't typically too much of an issue because it's a plain field. It's very very linear, so the sound doesn't have all they have to worry is about the back and forth sound straight on and behind. And being open in an open map like that, I guess really can't bring that those issues around, which makes sense why BRs, Escape from Tarkov, other games like that are the ones that are finding that there's the issue of the vertical audio, where there's hills and stairs and buildings and other things like that. Just doing some more looking around. Rainbow Six has it because there's multiple levels. Fortnite, as we've been talking about, COD Warzone is having that issue. So maybe apparently a Hunt Showdown, which I've never played, I don't know anything about it, has it as well. I'm just looking through Reddit stuff, and I'm gonna do a little search of why is vertical audio usually bad, just to see what people are talking about. Because the thing is too is that it's not an exact science, and a lot of these companies that are, making a newer style of game within the last decade, probably aren't sharing a lot of trade secrets. And it's kind of one of those things that everybody has to learn. It's just kind of 3D audio in general. 3D audio in general, like the 2D stuff, is super easy. A lot of it can be mono. You don't have to worry about. And the problem is too is that you have to get a surround sound effect by using dual channel audio and things like that. So it's not. There's definitely not a perfect science to it yet. And it's super easy to do when you have that surround sound. You have 20,000 speakers, and each speaker can kind of have a different level of stuff. But yeah, getting that surround sound into a typical headset is pretty difficult. Where I can see why why vertical audio like that can be difficult of getting the 3D sound. But it's kind of crazy at the same time. Why have we been this deep into this? You would think that we would. It's 2024. You would think that we would have made some progress at this point, getting around that issue that's persisted for years on end. And of course, this is always going to get worse as more people get into gaming and the more competitive gaming is, especially in difficult games like Tarkov, where the slightest miss up audio because of you not being able to hear somebody take a single step can get you killed and give you a setback. And same thing with any of the BRs. it'll take you out, especially when almost every VR has a competitive aspect to it as well. And actually, a VR that I didn't see on this is Apex. The only thing I'm seeing about Apex Legends is 4 years ago. There's definitely been some hiccups here and there, but doesn't seem anything crazy since 2 years ago when there was just a blatant audio issue. And 10 months ago, there's a dev team update about audio issues, and a fix was deployed. So apparently, Apex has found some type of fix around this vertical audio issue that others haven't caught up on yet. And I'm just going to look at Fortnite audio issues because it's beyond just vertical for Fortnite, honestly. And the thing is too is that it's really frustrating because this last season, chapter 5, season 1, I felt like the audio was really, really solid for a long time. And then it was right around the time that Lady Gaga was put into the item shop for time reference is when the audio in the cars started having the scramble issues. I used to be able to get in a car, even with the DMCA stuff turned off in settings, and it would just go. It would automatically put me in the Fortnite party station. All I had to do was turn it off or listen to it, and never have to worry about changing station or any of these audio glitches. But ever since that time, S window, is when I really started noticing it. Getting these audio issues, getting in a car and it scrambles, and unless I consciously changed change the station, is the only time I can actually get a station to turn the radio off in the first place. And if I do it too fast or out of sync, or I'm trying to get out of a car while I'm doing it because I'm getting shot at, or trying to shoot at somebody, or vice versa, or whatever, that's when I think that's how I kind of triggered the audio issue in that YouTube video in the first place. So it's like they fix an issue, it gets really good, and then it gets 10 times worse. And I don't know where. And they've been so quiet on socials, just in general, that it feels like we're just always left in the dark at this point, and we don't know where they are on anything because the communication with Epic has just gone out the window. It's just really disappointing to see and really frustrating. Like, I'd rather see something like Epic or not, like Tarkov, where we know it's an issue, they're fixing it, and as a community, we're just kind of like, well, audio's shitty, play safer, and it's a consistent thing across every single time you get into the game. But it's not even like that in Fortnite. Like, it's very touch and go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can hear people across the map, and sometimes you can't hear them when you're literally in the middle of a firefight. So it's really annoying, and I hope that is something that can be fixed soon. I just hope it, in general, within the next year or two, the gaming industry can get a hold on the 3D audio and make it something that everybody can hear. Something I don't ever try is to see if it makes a difference when I'm not wearing headphones. But typically, I only game when I have time to stream, just because of life and adulting. And I don't have speakers because I play on PC, so I always use headphones. It's not like I'm playing out of a TV or anything like that. So it's one of those things that I can't even test on my own to see if there's maybe they're just catering because they're like, oh, well, typical console players don't have headphones or something like that. If they're, just playing on TV or anything like that. So it's kind of difficult to know why these issues are so persistent, if it's something I act truly on my end. But I'm pretty sure it's not just me, and I have gotten multiple people saying that they have the same issues while playing in squads, while everybody's playing, saying, "Oh, I didn't even hear that dude. All right, well, now I'm just dead." And I haven't played squads, and the entire squad just runs up on us because we can't hear a single one of the 4 of them. So, one of those things I hope the industry gets a hold of and looks into But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And if you guys feel the same way about the audio issues, if you guys notice the audio issues in other games, and if when you notice audio issues, is there anything that you do to change your settings on your end that help, or at least you think helps? Or do you think it's just one of those things that we have to wait out and hope that the companies can get a hold of and fix before sooner rather than later before it ruins games and everything like that? Let me know what you guys think. Like, if you guys enjoy this, please like, sub, follow, comment, and leave a rating and all that good stuff. No matter wherever you guys are listening to your podcast. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Until then.